Hey, what's up? Hold up, hold up. I don't know if you can you see me? What's going on? I know it's kind of strange for you to be in a dark candlelit closet with me, but for right now, my living companions are currently in use of the majority of the housing, so I have been shunned away into the corner, and we are out of electricity at the moment. So going old school, like a maybe I'll put a little bit of an audio of a boat rocking to give it a little bit of ambience. Um, so how y'all doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I got a job, and that's actually fantastic. The negative thing is that just negative things keep happening to me. One of those things being that I I got a job, but I'm taking someone else's job by taking that job. So I feel really bad about that, but it's not my fault that they're bad, or that they're not fulfilling whatever it is that the boss needs them to do. That's not my fault. I just saw a job application, I applied, and I'm working. That's it. I need to work too, and whatever the bosses decide to do, that's up to them. And so I just feel a little bit awkward about it, but it's not that big of a deal. Um, Things happen. There's nothing much we can do about that. Also, because I don't know if it's a piece of glass, but there's something minuscule stuck in my hand, and I've been, excuse me, I've been desperately trying to get it out, and I have no idea what it is, and it's been hurting me for the past 2 days, and it's been in my left hand, um, and it's terrible. So a great strike of luck with the job situation, and I've been getting up earlier. Uh, Even though my job isn't always during the day, I've been getting up earlier just out of habit, getting out, being active, being aware, connecting with people around me. Um, just trying to become an active member of society again after taking a little bit of a break. Uh, but that's regardless of the point. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing great. It's good to hear. If you are, if you're not, it's going to get better. I promise. And I was thinking about Temari from Naruto. And I always see people when, especially anime fans, not casual anime fans, but semi intermediate anime fans always talk about the anime girl that is right for them, or the one that they appreciate the most. But Tamari from Naruto is just she's just my type of girl, and I never see anyone really go on about her in general. I second would be Robin from One Piece, but Tamari from Naruto, just every time she's on screen, it lights a fire in me. She's so aggressive. Um, I, she's she has so much energy, and she's very confident and secure in who she is. Um, she's a lot of fun, and I appreciate that in a female, but in people in general. I appreciate those kind of personality traits. Maybe not as confrontational, but I definitely appreciate that. So that out of the way, that doesn't have anything to do with anything. Um, I guess I wanted to talk a little bit with you guys about spending, just money spending. I feel like people spend too much money in general. I I think that's a fact, really, because if your bank account, I feel like people, I don't feel, I see and I hear and I always, we always get the feeling from people that they're barely scraping by, and I don't understand how. I don't know if it's buying that extra $5 thing a week, or if it's the minimum wage thing, um, but if you just cut out all carbohydrates from your diet, you don't need them. Um, and invest in protein powder. Invest in frozen meats, and fresh vegetables, because they don't cost a lot. And like bananas are cheap. No matter where you are in the world, bananas are going to be cheap. Even if I'm talking to you probably from in Australia, bananas are probably cheap where you are. Um, I don't know. I just feel like there's so many cheap ways that you can get by living. And I don't mean if you're a college kid, of course, it's a little bit more understandable. But I mean, if you're making $20 an hour and you're barely scraping by, there's something wrong with your lifestyle. Cut out the alcohol, or cut something out, because it's hard to imagine that your money isn't going up. Maybe that's just something that I'm not understanding, and maybe you can clue me in. Of course, if you have a family, that's understandable, and it's a lot harder. But if you're single by yourself and you're barely scraping by, there's a lot of things you need to cut out of your life. Whether that be being social, because being alone is underrated. It's cheap. It's extremely cheap. And you could probably teach yourself how to cook, which would probably save you a lot of money. And you don't want to be dependent on takeout for a lot of time, because there's nothing more soul crushing than eating takeout all the time. I've been in situations in my life where I've been eating a pizza by myself at 7 o'clock in the afternoon, or maybe getting off work late at night, and it's very depressing and it's very expensive. When you could just make the dough, make the sauce, and make your own damn pizza if you really want a pizza that badly. It's not hard to do, and you shouldn't be afraid to get your hands messy, and you shouldn't be afraid that the first couple times you do it, it's probably not going to come out that great, but it's always worth a shot. So, uh, I'm I'm really I'm really happy I'm getting a chance right now, and I have a day off today, and I'm really happy I'm getting a chance to sit down and talk with you guys, just about anything, and I am soon going to start a Let's Play series on my channel. I know I talked about it in the first Diet Sun series, and I wanted to call it like Good Morning, but I thought that wasn't creative enough, so I called it Diet Sun because I felt like that wasn't used, and it has a good sound to it and has a good vibe to it. It's a friendly kind of, it's what I'm going for. And even though it may not all be sunshine, butterflies, and cupcakes, Diet Sun, it's like, it's not the shiniest, it's not the brightest, not the happiest, but it's a, it's a sustainable way, and it's a healthier way for positivity, if that makes any sense. Um, and the reception was really bad on this first video that I did, but that's okay. Um, because I understand, I did a lot of divulging into myself, but I felt like I hadn't on the channel yet talked about myself to any length. So I wanted to. So I did. And so now we're moving past and we're moving on, and the series is only going to go up. It's only going to get much, much better. I hope. But yeah, I want to release like an hour-long Let's Play every week, just one time a week. I don't want this to become a Let's Play channel. In fact, I don't want this channel to have a focus at all. I dislike that about channels that have focus, where it's centered around the product, the genre, and not around the individuals. I don't hate that. Excuse me. I don't hate that. I think it's a safe way to go about things, but I just want to take the harder way, and the way that's going to keep me creative and more imaginative, and changing up my editing styles and trying to figure out different ways to do different things. And the One Piece reviews are fun to do every week, and the reactions and all that. But there's just more. I just want more. I want more variety on this channel, especially considering that I tried to review other series. I tried to review The Promised Neverland. I actually have one review on my channel of that when I was first starting out. But then when the next chapter dropped, I just realized that the predictability of the series isn't enough to keep me engaged and excited for a continual review series, if you know what I mean. One Piece is always having twists and turns, and you could be right, you could be wrong. It's a gamble. There's a lot of ups and downs emotionally. It's a lot of fun. But whereas the Promised Neverland really hasn't let me down at all so far, and the pacing is absolutely 10 out of 10. And the characters and everything is just so good, that it's kind of boring to sit down and review and be like, this was great, this was great, this was great, this was great. What makes One Piece such a great series, and what makes it so fun to review, is that there's so much predicting, there's so much variability in how things play out and how it'll be received by the fan base. And one thing that kind of all brings us together is that if you go back and reread an arc, all of our little problems become trivial, because rereading the arc in its entirety is really the one and only way to experience One Piece. Even though we're impatient and we want to read it chapter to chapter. But I guess I'll talk about anime right now. I tried to watch some stuff from the anime this season, this winter season, and I was bored. The Pop Team Epic's cool, but I just don't know in what setting I'm supposed to watch that in. Like, am I supposed to watch that before going to work? It gave me a good laugh. The first episode I genuinely enjoyed. I thought it was absolutely amazing. But am I supposed to? What setting am I watching Pop Team Epic? Am I sitting down for dinner? Is it after dinner? Is it before bed? I don't feel the. It feels like it's funny. It's humorous. It's ironic, but it doesn't have like a setting that I feel comfortable reading it in. Like One Piece is so open and it's so adventurous and it's so fun to read that it could be nighttime, it could be daytime, and I'm instantly transported into the world, and I get the feeling of the warmth or the pain or the longevity of it. It feels like we're advancing. It feels like a journey. Whereas with Pop Team Epic as an anime, as a as a show or as a story in general, it doesn't have that same vibe that I can get in touch with. So, yeah, I mean, that's the highlight for me this winter season, but it's only like one of three shows that I've watched, and the rest aren't even worth mentioning. I'm gonna keep this one quick. To wrap things up, my fellow crewmates, my fellow friends out there, um, I have heard one of the best albums ever recently. Now, I'm a big music nerd. I would say music is my singular, like my top passion. Not in terms of playing music because I can play the guitar above amateur level, but nothing great because I don't practice enough. I'll go through instances where I practice like 3 hours a day for a month and then I'll stop practicing. It's kind of sad, but it's ever since I was 15 years old, I've listened to most everything. I've given most everything a chance. I'll listen to most things that come out. I'll go on Bandcamp and spend like, if I have like 2 hours to kill, I'll just siphon through like all the weird shit on there. Like I listened to that Japanese Breakfast album they just came out with, and after the first two songs, it's fucking terrible. It is just fucking terrible. So if you're familiar with that band or if you like that album, I mean, let me know why in the comment section. I mean, the first two songs were fit like, whoa, I was digging it, I loved it, and then the rest of the album is miserable. But I recently heard one of the greatest albums I've heard in a very, very long time, and that is P. Sus, P. Sus. His recent album, what the fuck is it called? Fleeting Transition. Just go to his YouTube channel, please. Oh, I lost light. I'll put a lighter. I'll light it this way. Just go to his YouTube channel and P. Sus, that's what he is on YouTube, and check out his recent album. It is fucking glorious. It is amazing. It's positivity. It feels good. It feels awesome. Especially early morning. If you listen to that, it's everything good about the Midnight. What was it? Moonlight Midnight EP that he dropped. The 20-minute EP. That's like Midnight Voyage or Moonlight Voyage, which I loved that EP, and the Take It Easy album EP, I guess album. It's everything good about those two albums crunched together, and then like expanded upon infinitely. It's really, 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 really good. The recent album from P. Sus. It's a 40-minute album. I'll put the name of it on the screen. And God, I've been listening to that on repeat lately. I needed a break from the constant stuff I listen to. Like, I'll always circle back to like Death Grips when I want to be in that mood. Of course, you can't just consume that all the time. Or Tame Impala. Like, I love Lonerism as an album. It's one of my favorite albums. But I needed a break from like my regular listening and listening to just random shit that I always find. And it is such a breath of fresh air, especially since I hadn't heard anything from him since this past summer. So God, please give that album a listen. So that's about it, guys. The lighter was getting hot, so I'm just gonna finish this yeah, we're just gonna close out for now. So please like, comment, subscribe. Love sitting down and talking with you guys. I love this series, and I'm hoping to see you in the future. Please subscribe, please comment, please like, as I just said, and have beautiful evenings, have wonderful mornings, and I'll see you next time. Bye.